What is up, YouTube? James Baek here, and welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. I am tired. I am extremely tired because I just ended up finishing a test. Yet I do want to record, and this is probably Mondays are the best times I can record. So, gonna be recording a few episodes in a row. Should be fun. I hope I don't mess up a lot. But yeah, we got this Hawlucha team. This Hawlucha team's been incredibly fun playing so far. But it does have some weaknesses. Of course, it is very matchup reliant. And yeah, there's not much else to say about it. If you haven't checked out the last episode, I highly recommend go checking it out. It was a really crazy episode. And yeah, so now, since I do have time to talk, because I've been pre-recording a lot lately, I do want to announce the team building guide and the introduction to VGC and resources videos have been uploaded. So I highly recommend checking that out, especially if you're new to VGC. Second is that I'll be doing. Oh my God, we got my boy Edu. We got my boy Edu. This has to be my boy Edu. Okay, if you don't know who my boy Edu is, he was the fourth place at the Pokemon 2016 World Championship, and he's just like an incredible friend of mine. We talk a lot, and I mean a lot, almost every day actually. And yeah, it's always just fun. And oh man, he just got 18. That probably just is gonna give me a hard time because I don't. Zapdos Fini is gonna be hard to deal with for sure. I think Hawlucha plus Tapu Lele is the way to go in this matchup. It's very solid here. Just able to do a lot of damage. Metagross Zapdos could lead. Ooh, if Metagross Zapdos leads. Yeah, I don't like my position then. Okay. So I definitely want Hawlucha Tapu Lele. Oh man, my boy Edu. I I should call him right now and get him in this video. No, we're not gonna do that. Blastoise and Marowak. But yeah, me and Edu, we might do some VGC 18 stuff. I'll ask him. We've done a lot of stuff in the past. Oh boy. Okay. It's time. It's time. Semi-finalists at the 2016 World Championship. And we actually play a lot of friendlies with each other. So we'll see how this goes, especially since I don't feel like I've ever played him in 18. No. I played him in 15 a bunch. I've never played him in 18. So maybe once, actually. Maybe it was like a long time ago. But Hawlucha Tapu Lele is going to lead against Landorus combined with the Zapdos. We're going to find out if he Scarf Landorus right here. Let's see. Psychic Surge is going to activate. So I could taunt the Zapdos right here. I could also just Psychic the Landorus, which also would be okay for me. I could see Fini coming out here for sure. Oh, there's so many different plays my opponent can do. I could also just Acrobatic Psychic the Landorus because I don't think Zapdos can knock me out unless it has Electrium Z. And I think Acrobatics plus Psychic can just knock out the Landorus from here. I wish I had Psyshock over Psychic. That actually might help in a lot more scenarios. I'm going to go for Psychic plus Acrobatics. Even if he wants to Tailwind up, I can always get in the future. I bet that's Tapu Fini to get the Misty Seed. That's an Edu-like play. That's an Edu-like play. But I don't mind this because I get a lot of damage up. Like, right off the bat. So, I don't really mind this. Yep, there's the Misty Seed. That Zapdos is going to be really annoying to deal with. I'm probably going to have to save my Marowak healthy in order to deal with that. Get a good amount of damage with Acrobatics at -1. Psychic going to come out in a Tapu Fini. Does not put it in berry range, which is nice because Moonblast will be able to pick up the knockout after. As we're going to see the Thunderbolt in the Hawlucha, that's not going to pick up the knockout at all. Yep. Oh, the paralysis kind of sucks. Depends on the speed investment, though. If I'm still able to outspeed the Zapdos, it's fine, but that could suck otherwise. Gonna go for the Tailwind here and just fire off a Moonblast into the Tapu Fini slot. I don't know. I'd rather Moonblast the Tapu Fini because if I get rid of it, like, you know, Blastoise can have a lot of, you know, just good momentum coming in as Tapu Fini's going to switch out, actually, which is okay. Metagross going to come in, so good switch by Edu. Oh, I bet that's Tailwind going up then. Going to go for the Moonblast here. It is going to target down the Metagross. And that's going to put in Chip for Water Spout range potentially, but... oh, come on. Hawlucha, no. I needed that Tailwind up. I needed that Tailwind up. Sigh. Now it can be a bit problematic here. So, Yeah, that paralysis really stinks. Because now I won't have even a speed advantage. Well, then again, Metagross would have still been able to outspeed anyway, but I'm gonna try to get Tailwind up, and I think Hawlucha's just gonna go down at this point. I think I'm just gonna save Lele here potentially and go out into my. I'm gonna sack Hawlucha here because I want to get my Marowak in. Ah man, he's not gonna Mega Evolve in case I have Intimidator back, which is smart. Hidden Power gonna come out. Hidden Power Ice, expecting maybe Landorus to switch in. Okay. At least I confirm he doesn't have Heat Wave, which is good. Time to go into Marowak right here. I could sub up potentially. I could just go straight for the Shadow Bone into Metagross. I also want to Shadow Bone to Zapdos because if I weaken Zapdos, that could be really good. But then again, Zapdos can't really touch my Marowak, so Shadow Bone into Metagross might be good, especially since Zapdos might want to stay in since it does have its Misty Seed boost. Substitute's also another fine play. Yeah, I think I want to Shadow Bone the Metagross, and I'm just going to save my Tapu Lele, because I think Tapu Lele might be more valuable than Blastoise at this point, because it's able to outspeed my opponent's Landorus combined with Tapu Fini. So unfortunately, it looks like Blastoise isn't going to do much. If I was maybe able to get Tailwind up, it could have done something. Because I got Tailwinded without the paralysis, get the Tailwind, and then maybe Encore Iru's Metagross to be locked into Tailwind. As Landorus is going to come out here, which is fine. Actually, that means, what did you go for? You just HP Ice or Roost? I mean, I get damage on the Landers, which is, you know, good as well. The Blastoise is going to come out. We'll see what my opponent opts for. Hidden Power. Okay, just damage, I guess. Onto the Tapu Lele slot. Okay. I get a Shadow Bone off here. Sub might have been the correct play. I think Sub was the correct play. I do get some chip damage because if that is AV Landers, I could potentially do really well against it. Okay, now it's like me and Edu mind games. It's like, okay, so if his Landorus has Protect, and it could be Z-move Landorus. Let's see, what else does Z-move on his team? I want to say it would be the Landorus that has a Z-move. So he could expect my Protect from Marowak and Z-move my Blastoise. He could also just Protect to scout out my double Protect to scout for a Z-move. I'm actually gonna sub here, hoping he goes for Protect, or Z-moves my Blastoise. Either way, that works out for me. If he Earthquakes, I should be able to still get a sub up, as it's just U-turn. Okay, that's actually really good for me. So he's gonna get a bit of chip on my Blastoise, but I get a Water Spout off. Oh, Tapu Fini is coming in. It's gonna be able to the Water Spout and probably get a Berry back. Ooh, that's really smart. Yeah, that's really smart. I like that play a lot. Unless Water Spout somehow KOs, but I don't think it is. Hidden Power also double up. Oh, it's going to target the Marowak. Okay, so I still get a free sub up, which is nice. Water Spout going to come out, do a... Yeah, not enough to the Tapu Fini. Berry? Yep. Ooh. I do get a sub up with Marowak, which could be really nice in this game. Tailwind does peed out for my opponent. Mist disappears, which doesn't really change much. I feel like you should Muddy Water here. Although he could move, my opponent could Moonblast here. Although I really just want the free switch into Lele, because if I get the free switch into Lele, it could be really beneficial to me. So I'm just going to protect Marowak, because I want to see if I can get a free switch into Lele. Do I just Ice Beam? I could try to weaken the Tapu Fini even more. I do think you Moonblast here. To be honest, I would Moonblast if I was my opponent. I'm going to Shadow Bone the Tapu Fini. And I'm going to Ice Beam to Zapdos. Talon's going to be set up again, okay. Which is bad for the speed advantage that I don't have right now. Ice Beam going to come out to Zapdos, try to weaken it. Although this doesn't really look like a really good game. Maybe if I doubled up in the Zapdos might have been better. Yeah, because I wouldn't have to worry about him roosting now. Moonblast's going to do a decent amount. Shadow Bone going to come out into the Tapu Fini slot. That's not a 2 KO. I think I'm going to Shadow Bone the Tapu Fini. He probably has Scald, right? To be honest, I feel like you might expect my Blastoise to protect and you might just attack. I think I'm going to try to risk. I need to make some kind of plays here. Maybe I Scald the Tapu Fini to put in a range of a Shadow Bone again. Yeah, I'm going to Scald the Tapu Fini in case I can get in a Shadow Bone range. Zapdos is probably just going to Roost, and Tapu Fini is just going to go for a, I would assume, just a Scald. Because I know Edu likes to run Scald more than Muddy Water, but he might Moonblast my Blastoise, which also makes sense. Although I think you do want to try to get rid of the Marowak substitute. So we'll see here. It is going to be Scald into the Marowak slot, so I do call something right, and I do get to weaken the Tapu Fini here. So, not too bad. Especially if I get the burn here. No burn. Okay. I'm also stalling out Tailwind turns. So I'll sub here with my Marowak here. And I'll go for... How many turns of Tailwind left on the side? 2 more. Okay. So I'll just Scald the Tapu Fini slot. Like, Zapdos can't really do too much. Otherwise, yeah, it can Roost. That's fine. But, like, I'd rather target down the Tapu Fini. I'm pretty sure maybe expected Ice Beam in that slot. Yeah, he's just going to Scald again. So, I get to keep my sub up, which is, like, really crucial here. Getting to keep my sub up is the play here. Because if I want to win this game, I'm going to need a sub up to prevent Landers from intimidating so I can KO the Metagross. Come on, give me a burn. Sub. Okay, it's not too bad still. I think I'm going to protect Marowak. He should just Scald the Marowak. Even if it's obvious I'm going to protect, I don't feel like you Moonblast Blastoise here, because then I would get a free switch in a Lele, and then he is in trouble. So I think I'm going to go in a Lele now, because I don't feel like you should target my Blastoise, because you need to get the Marowak out of its substitute. And if you leave Blastoise on the field, it's like a useless slot that's not really doing much. You get a free switch into maybe like Landers or something. So I don't feel like you Moonblast here. He might though, but I don't feel like you would. Let's see. And Empower into the Lele, because you don't need to Roost anymore. I did a bit more than I thought. And yeah, you always Scald. Okay. So I do call that correctly, and Tailwind does peter out here. Kind of want to sub. Yeah, I want to sub again because I feel like you do Scald here. I'm going to taunt the Zapdos to prevent him from Tailwinding because, look, here's my thought process. Like, in order to get in this game, I need Marowak behind the sub, but if I attack Fini and he Tailwinds, then I'm in a terrible position against Landis Varian who can Earthquake Sweep me. So I need my Lele still faster than my opponent. So I need to be behind the sub and get rid of the Metagross somehow. Although, really, right now, it does look like my opponent is going to be able to just win with the Landis because all my Pokemon are really weakened with Earthquake. Especially if Metagross comes in. So it's like going to be a mind game, and this is still going to be really tough for me to win. I need to hope like Shadow Bone can pick up the KO on Metagross, but I don't feel like it would. Although it's definitely potential. I'm just going to Shadow Bone and Moonblast. I'll Moonblast the Tapu Lele. And I'll just Shadow Bone the Zapdos. The Tailwind really got him in a really good momentum spot, but I can't really complain about this. At least right now. I always just Moonblast the Tapu Fini. There's no way I don't here. Even if Tapu Fini protects and Zapdos goes for an HP Ice, that's like 1 free damage onto Zapdos. And 2, stalling on my... Well, he might try to stall out Psychic Terrain. I could definitely see that. Yeah, you never switch out Fini. You always either protect or sack it. Fini's gonna go down there. Okay. Life Orb, HP Ice, I'm pretty much... Yeah. Guys. And a Marowak sub, which makes sense. Because maybe you hope for 2 to knock out the Marowak sub, but I don't think it does. Shadow Bone into the Zapdos. Chip, but not enough. Metagross is probably going to come out. Yep. I always Shadow Bone. Because I can't Flare Blitz because of the recoil. And I'm going to switch hard into Blastoise. The reason I switch hard into Blastoise is because if I can get into position where Zapdos can't set up Tailwind, I could potentially win by clicking Shadow... No, wait. I'm pretty sure he's just going to protect Metagross, actually. I should have doubled up the Zapdos. The reason why I think you might protect Metagross here is because one, you stall out the taunt from Zapdos, then you can Mega Evolve Outspeed Lay the following turn, Iron Head Tailwind, and then Landorus can just secure the game. So, I'm not very proud of this play. I'm pretty sure you just protect here. Although if he does Iron Head like I was originally thinking, and he targets down to Lele, and I'm able to knock out the Metagross, maybe there's a chance. Although I'm still in a bad position if Iron Head doesn't KO Blastoise here. And yeah, he does protect. If I just Psychicked, I might have won. Like, I had actually a decent shot of winning. And Empower in Blastoise. Shadow Bone into the Metagross. Taunt wears off. Yeah, that's the big one. I guess it's still a mind game. It also really comes down to whether Shadow Bone picks as a knockout, which I don't think it does. I'm going to Shadow Bone the Metagross. Okay, I think I have to get a 50-50, right? Like, who does Metagross target? Does it target on my Marowak, getting rid of its sub? Or does he target my Blastoise? If I get this wrong, I definitely lose the game. I'm going to protect Marowak. Hope he tries to get rid of the sub. And I'm going to Scald. Maybe I should have done the other way around. It's lay a 50-50. Like, I feel like if you just get rid of Marowak's sub here and just Tailwind, you win the game anyway. Stomping Tantrum. Okay. If I knock out the Metagross, get a burn, give me something, I could potentially come back in this. Scald. Oh, there's a burn. I don't think it really helps too much. I think I might need a double now. I definitely need a double. Oh, I ran out of... I didn't even realize I was out of your time. I legit didn't know I was out of your time. Oh, that sucks. I'm pretty sure Edu might have just had the game secured, but like if I got double protect, maybe I could do something. Like what I would have needed basically to win that game was one, to get a double protect. Hope he targets into my Marowak slot, since I think Edu would always target down to my Marowak slot because it would pretty much secure you the game if you get rid of the substitute. So then if I am able to get a Skull, knock out the Metagross, then Landorus comes in and I need a Shadow Bone crit. And if I do get the Shadow Bone crit, maybe I can win. But then I would need like a few Shadow Bone crits against the Zapdos. I can keep recovering though. That's also a problem. And yeah, HP Ice. I mean, like it's not doing much to my sub, and I might be able to take one or two. But like we would never find out. Bad Time Zoo will be our next opponent. God dang it, Edu. Okay, so Tapu Bulu, Cresselia, Landorus variant, Suicune, Incineroar, and Mawile will be the next team we get to face. Man, that was a long game, I just realized. What was that? 17 minutes? Okay. This is another interesting one. Mega Maul. Like, what's actually really good is my Amoonguss. My Amoonguss can do a lot of work against my opponent's team if I get rid of the Incineroar. So, how do I want to handle this? Marowak actually does pretty well in this matchup. Again, it's the Incineroar that's a problem. I don't think Hawlucha is necessary. Even though it can get Tailwind up, Encore is pretty nice. I don't know if my opponent's going to bring that mode. Maybe he goes to Tricker mode here, to be honest. The four Pokemon I'm leaning towards is Blastoise, Amoonguss, Landorus variant, and Marowak here. I think I'm going to lead Blastoise plus the Landorus variant because I want to give this lead a try and see how it works. Amoonguss and Marowak in the back. We'll see how this goes. I'm not sure. If my opponent goes for the Tailwind mode, it could be problematic. I don't have a good way to handle Suicune. Although, like, Amoonguss can 1v1 Suicune if I don't get frozen. Or if it's not a calm mindset. Or if it's chest or rest. Which usually in Suicune, they're like support with Tailwind and maybe Snarl, Ice Beam, Icy Wind, Scald. It's in a work Cresselia. So I think my opponent went to Tricker mode or maybe carries Icy Wind. I prefer the regular Incineroar compared to the shiny Incineroar. Okay, Landorus variant, Blastoise. So this is actually a very solid lead here because one, I get the Intimidate off. I'm pretty sure you just fake out my Landorus and go for a Trick Room. You could Ice Beam here too, But like the thing is, with this play, I can go for a water spout plus U-turn. If he fakes out my landers, I get the KO on Incineroar, which is like the biggest threat to my team. So I'm willing to take that trade. Or you fake out my Blastoise and I get a U-turn off into Cresselia and can go out into like a Mungus or something. So no matter what, like I'm not in a bad situation at all. Especially since I can Spore the Incineroar potentially. Although this Cresselia has Psychic, that could be a problem. Fake out's gonna come out into Blastoise. Yep. Should always fake out the Blastoise. U-turn gonna come out. Wonder if this is an Icy Wind coming out, but in case it is Trick Room that's gonna be set up, I always go hard into a Mungus here. I could go on a Marak, but no, Amoonguss is always the play. Especially with the ability to Spore. Let's see if it's Icy Wind. Yep, it's Icy Wind, okay. Double Protect would have been really nice too. Double Protect would have been really nice too. Or just Protect Blastoise because the fake out was really obvious into the Blastoise slot, but it's still not the worst for me. Flare Blitz is going to do a lot, though. Amoonguss is too valuable to give up. I could Scald the Incineroar. I'm just worried if it's Z-move Incineroar, but that's not really too common. Oh, I can't... Okay, I'm going to go on a Marak here. I realize I don't have Protect, so I can't even make that play. I'm just going to Water Spout and see if I can get a lot of damage off. There's also the potential Tapu Bulu coming in, which I could definitely see. For the Incineroar, but I think you want to get rid of Amoonguss first before anything. Psychic gonna come out. Ah, that's gonna hurt. I am faster than Incineroar even through the Icy Wind. Water Spout does nothing. That might be AV. Crit to Cresselia, which actually might hurt me because it gets its berry back and I could have just U-turned for the KO potentially. Flare Blitz is gonna come out into the Marak. Okay. Still not the worst. I'm pretty sure Scald knocks out the Incineroar from that range, and I could always just substitute. I think sub is the correct play. Because I don't want to get rid of Cresselia just yet and Scald the Incineroar. I am going to be taking a lot of damage with my Blastoise, but it should be fine. Hidden Power is going to come. Hidden Power ground? Yes. Doesn't really do too much, though, because I'm especially defensive Marowak. Scald going to come out in Incineroar. Should pick up the knockout. Yep. Based on the Water Spout at half and that spread, that's like 75 spread, so it's like 60 or something. So Scald 80 based on the knockout. Sub is going to be set up. I wonder if Cresselia's Hidden Power does knock out the sub. I don't think it does. I don't think it did 40. I think it like 30 something. Landers is going to come out. Icy Wind could come out. I'm pretty sure you Icy Wind always. Like you Icy Wind Earthquake to cover anything I can really do. Yep. Although, do I really care if Landers gets weakened or hit by an Icy Wind? It could be important to Mawa endgame, but if I may, we'll say Blastoise, this could be really big. I think I'm going to Shadow Bone the Cresselia. I'd rather Shadow Bone the Cresselia and go into Landers. I don't care if you Icy Wind here. I really don't. I feel like getting this Intimidate off and saving Blastoise could be a lot more valuable than that. So I'll go into Landers. Rock Slide could come out too, I guess, but I think you Earthquake here. Maybe Tectonic Rage if you don't expect Earthquake to knock out the Blastoise, which I don't think it does, to be honest. Rock Slide. Ooh, Marak avoids the attack, which is huge. Ice Beam? Or, I mean, Icy Wind or Hidden Power Ground? Just Hidden Power Ground. Okay. I'm pretty sure Marak would have survived that behind the sub, but that's still unfortunate for my opponent. But I'm still in range of Rock Slide, which is still bad for me. Shadow Bone going to come out into the Cresselia. Picks up the knockout because I'm not intimidated because of the substitute from earlier, preventing Intimidate from going through, which is really nice. And the Maul should be my opponent's last Pokemon. Suicune. Now I was expecting. Okay. This turned into a really interesting game. I will go... If he's... Okay, the only thing I can really see me screwing over is a Flyum Z Landis variant. I'm going to go hard into Amoonguss though, and I'm just going to U-turn out. Or I could Tectonic Rage. There's no point in Tectonic Raging just yet. There really isn't. Let's see if he Scarf Landers or just max speed. We'll see. He or she. Could be Scarf if it's just going for Rock Slide. I hope I don't get flinched. Okay, nice. U-turn into Suicune. Harden a Blastoise. I want to really see if he Scarf Landis or not. Tailwind? Yep. That's fine. Especially since Landis was outspeeding me anyway. Other than my own Landis. I still don't know what item it is. All's Mega. Maybe only the Tapu Bulu's Z move? I really can't be sure. I think I'm just going to Spore the Landis and Protect here in case Tectonic Rage comes out into Blastoise. Flying Z is the only one I'm really worried about, but with Rock Slide, I'm not sure. Okay, it's just spamming Rock Slides. I'm pretty sure it's Scarf. Let's see. Ice Beam? Snarl, okay. That's fine. Let's see if I get flinched or not with Amoonguss. If it does hurt if I do get flinched, but it's not too bad. Nice. So I'm able to get Spore off into the Landis variant, which is always good. And now I can just fire off Scalds. And I could probably just Spore the Suicune slot, to be honest. Like, an Ice Beam's not really going to hurt too much. I always just Spore an Ice Beam, I feel like. So Tailwind, if it has Calm Mind, potentially, but, I mean, it doesn't look like it has Recovery on the Suicune. Snarl's just going to come out, yeah. Oh yeah, Tailwind, Snarl, then you have to assume Scald and Ice Beam. So yeah, I don't think the Suicune has, like, Calm Mind or Rest. So Ice Beam going to come out in the Landorus. Not sure if this picks up the KO after Snarl. It does. Okay, nice. So Landorus goes down, and I do get a Spore off into the Suicune slot. And that should be the game? I don't know, I can't really see Suicune really winning this. How many turns of Tailwind does my opponent have? This is the last turn, and Amoonguss can always get Regenerator. And since I'm safe, I can go out into my Landorus and just fire off a Scald, I feel like. So I'm just going to Scald the Suicune and go into Landorus because I can always, you know, get Chip with my Blastoise and then go for Tectonic Rage, reset my special attack with my Amoonguss, and this is probably the best turn I can get my Landorus in. So Scald. Is that a crit? No, I don't think it is. It's just -1, yeah. Let's see if Suicune can live Tectonic Rage potentially. It doesn't look like the Suicune might have Protect. So Scald and Tectonic Rage. So Tectonic Rage is going to come out. I hope this picks up the knockout onto my opponent's Suicune. It would just speed things up, but I don't think it does, to be honest. So we'll see here. How much? Nah, just barely. And 50% berry, too. Scald into the Suicune. Does it wake up? Nope. And then I just U-turn into Marok because Marok's never getting an attack off in the Suicune. Let's be honest. Marok's never going to get an attack off against the Suicune. And then Landorus can outspeed the Suicune and finish off for the KO the following turn. It's better to U-turn. You never Rock Slide, you never Earthquake here. Marok. And if people are going to say, should I go for the 4-0? I don't really have to in this position. Like, I already secured the game. I'm going for the plays that can win me the game. Especially since one of my opponent freezes the Amoonguss. But then again, I don't think you have enough turns with Suicune to win. Yeah. Ice Beam going to come out into the Marok. That does nothing. Especially defensive Marok, man. You know what? I'll try to go for the 4-0 just for everyone. Because I'm pretty sure Scald will be able to finish off the Suicune in 2 hits. The match is going to be forfeit, so 4-1, but same thing, basically. That is going to be it for today's episode. I feel like... Okay, the second game, I feel like I made the right calls. Luckily, I was just able to get the damage off I needed. I guess, like, there were still some plays I could have done. I just couldn't tell if it was Icy Wind or if it was Trick Room Cresselia off the first turn. So I made the safe play, just go for U-turn Water Spout because I was pretty much guaranteed something good out of that turn. So I was able to get the U-turn, but, you know, Blastoise. I mean, it was lucky that I was faster than Incineroar still. Probably mint speed Incineroar, but Protect there would have just been so much safer. It would have just been so much safer. And then, overall, the course of the game, I feel like it was fine. I did risk my Landers, but I felt like Landers wasn't really necessary with Amoonguss to win. I'm really surprised Mawile didn't come out because Mawile is just a huge offensive threat. My opponent really didn't have much offensive pressure with Cresselia and Suicune combined, especially against my team. So luckily, yeah, Mawile wasn't in the game. And then for game 1 against Edu, the timer, I just didn't notice. Like, whenever I play Edu, I know we have long games, so I just got lost in FOD, and then, yeah, the timer screwed me up. Although I'm pretty sure he would have won most, like, 9 out of 10 situations. No, it's probably, like, 99 out of 100 situations. Like, yeah, he just kind of outplayed me, and I could have definitely made a few better plays looking back at it. Yeah, I probably should have tried to risk my, Lele more. I had an opportunity to get rid of the Zapdos on a kind of obvious protect, I think it was, for Nafini, which I'm pretty sure like could have just secured me so much momentum. But yeah, like, Eater's a great guy. Go give him a follow on Twitter because he's a really good friend of mine, and I always do enjoy playing him and practicing with him. So definitely hit up my boy Edu on Twitter and hit that follow button. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in today's episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. I do hope everyone did enjoy today's episode. If you did, please leave a like down below. It really shows the support. As well as you can check out the placement of this team if you want to go check it out and try it out on Showdown, for instance. You can also feel free to check out the social medias that I have linked down below. My Twitch channel, which I do stream. And also the fact that there are the previous episodes you can check out if you have missed any episodes of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. The support for the series has been insane. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. Like, the numbers have been really insane, especially with like the subscribers and all. I really do appreciate every single one of you has watched a video or has clicked the subscribe button. Really just means so much to me. But thank you all for tuning in, and I will catch you around in another video. Have a good day, people. See you around next time.